Hello and welcome, I'm Pheasant. Today I'm going to be taking on Prussia 6 with Emperor Behemoth. Should be a pretty favourable matchup, although this early double explore can look a little bit scary. I just think it's fine really. We've had one explore in with us, so that's we can just kill that with our innate. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this sacred site over here so I can kind of get around a little bit more quickly. And I think probably I'm going to be just doing a very classic turn 1 surging Baha. Probably into this land because it's blighted. Though we also have these two very useful tools for next turn. So we have Blazing Intimidation and Terrifying Rampage. So I think there is nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. There's no tension. I can't possibly lose. Well, maybe I can. Let's see. I don't typically upload losses, but that's generally because they're. I think sometimes they're just not very interesting games. You know, I feel like if they you need to kind of have the kind of coincidence of the game being interesting for the loss to be kind of worthwhile to upload. You know, so maybe you kind of you lose due to some incredibly unlucky event or something like that, whereas just losing because of poor play, that's not so appealing. Okay, so we have sand into sand. Okay, so we don't have defend, that's not really our deal. So we can't kind of defend with this Dahan. This, I think, this is a blighting ravage, so this is pretty high priority. The only way I can address that with Surging Heart. I'll miss out on the Badlands, but as usual against Prussia 6, just surviving this opening frenzy is quite important. Yeah, and our two Blazing and Terrifying should kind of quite comfortably take care of these two lands. But we do want to reposition our Behemoth here. So we could either push or we can drag it all the way to this sacred site. Those are our options. There is a Ravage in here and then a build. So that's actually going to be a pretty built up land. I think I will probably just let this go for now. I'll come back and deal with that later. The question is, do I want to come over here or do I want to just push into one of these lands? I think I want to push into this jungle. It's a bit more flexible than going into any of these other lands. Okay, so this turn we'll be placing yet more presents. I suppose I could have pushed thinking about placing presents, but I think I have played around with trying to just get presents all over the place, and I think it feels fancy, but I'm not sure it really achieves anything. Okay, so we will Blazing Intimidate and Exalt to push out. If we push from this land with the counterattack, then I can't actually remember. Yeah, we do get to leave the Dahan there, so that will actually prevent the build, which is very nice. And if we rampage in here, then that stops that blight, which is good. Which means we can then just let it blight next time without any real worries. Okay, so we can't push in with our Arcada, so we have a choice to make. I think I favour just having a big land, and we'll Terrifying Rampage in here. So that's that. I won't move until the slow phase. We have Explore Distance, doesn't matter. Disease damage. Ooh, nice. Lovely stuff. So we'll just take that free town kill. And wow, that's a lot of free fare. Get to remove an Explorer as well. So these two are dying anyway. So yeah, not really making much difference there. Removing Explorer Town from land, okay then. So, oh wow, nice. That is pretty good. I suppose we'll remove this one because we are just over here. Oh, actually, we might just teleport back. I mean, the trouble with this board is that it's Our teleporting options don't feel ideal. Which one do I get rid of here? This is going to be quite a built-up land, so there's not really any pocketing in our near future, but I suppose we let's leave that, make that more possible. And so we'll ignore the town and an explorer, so there's no blight there. And they build. Fine. So I am proposing to just leave this to blight. Unless I have a convincing reason not to. Okay, so now we are adding a town somewhere. I mean, it kind of feels like it makes sense to just put it into with my sacred with a sacred site, because it means I can easily get there. But I sure about that. I'm going to put it there. I'm not really sure what, if any, logic there is there. So we've got our little stomp. So it's a 3 damage stomp. So we can just walk in here and prevent this build. So this is in the blighted land, so it's a little bit more high priority. Or we could just go in here and kind of get some fear. But I'm going to just leave this problem. I'm just going to leave it. Although it is kind of allowing explorers inland. We've got both of these builds. So I don't think it's worth really highly kind of prioritizing that. We're going to be reclaiming this turn. And probably I will just gain a card rather than empowering, because that's typically what I prefer to do. I suppose it does. If I empower, I can kind of go in here. They will blight, and then there will be 7 health worth of invaders in there. So then if I can play Lahar and double play one of these, I can clear this out, and then maybe I could clear the inland. And just doesn't feel that convincing to me over just having another power. Like just getting a defend power or something could be pretty nice. But, yeah, okay, maybe I'll buck my trend and I will empower this turn, because we do have this. Clearing this out would be pretty nice, even if we are just letting it blight straight away. So we could also prevent this build here. We can't push in where we are, actually, so maybe I could. Maybe I don't move straight in. Oh, and I suppose the other thing is, yeah, moving straight in's. Yeah, so we won't move straight in, and that means we can prevent this build and push into there. So we could. Oh, we can't afford Blazing Intimidation if we also want to Lahar. Fine. Okay, we'll do some Exalting in the inland. That's also good. Okay. So, we would be we'd be basically forced to reclaim immediately, or have a turn where we play nothing. Actually, a turn where we play nothing and just get to 3 plays is quite appealing. Or it could be a turn where we do this cursed growth 3 option. We could Blazing Intimidation here to just prevent that build, which does mean we could have a turn off and focus on presence. Getting to 3 plays, I think, is pretty good. We would be down a card, though. I think that's worthwhile, because we are exalting this turn as well. Let's do it. It's, yeah, a bit more interesting. And I guess we'll also... Oh no, this will immediately be got rid of, right? So yeah, it won't power up my innate. Don't get to remove any blight, but that's fine. No builds. Okay, so escalation. Our last, yeah, it is. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with a kind of clearing the inland kind of deal. So we'll put that over there. I guess Prussia being Prussia, they can just kind of escalate in. But if I can do enough raw destruction, then we should be fine. Okay, so this is 8 health worth of invaders. So if I push in there first, then I'll get the the extra strife. No, not strife. I mean Badlands. Which means that this will fully clear. Okay, so we have fully cleared. And now we can exalt to... Yeah, so there will be a town here. Actually, I could push this town out from here. And then effectively I've pocketed both of these lands. Yeah, okay. Except I've just got rid of my I've just got rid of my fast push. So I won't be doing that. Okay, we'll just put the wilds in these lands. Yeah. You can't use cards you don't have, Pheasant. Can't do it. But we have a Ravage here that doesn't matter. And we have the opportunity to go to 3 plays while only having 3 cards. That's quite cursed, isn't it? Ugh. I suppose if we reclaim, we can stay at 2. Oh, but there's this horrible option here. God, I hate this so much. Why do I hate it so much? Well, it's just horrible. I suppose we can discard a card first. I could also look at a major. I do have a kind of a little bit of energy. Let's look at a major, actually. We have so few cards that the 3 plays isn't actually that valuable just yet. But I need to discard a card first. Is it going to let me do that? Okay, it has let me do that. And yeah, I really dislike this. Just like this. Okay, so we can actually afford... We can't afford any of those, but we can afford any of these. We can't afford Void this turn. Given that it's all I'm going to be doing, I do want it to be impactful. Well, is it time for this card with all these words on it? Yeah, it could be. We would we'd clear this, we'd prevent a city build in this jungle. Using it to prevent this explorer building feels a little bit overkill. It doesn't have earth on it though, which basically means I won't get to do my innate, which is pretty sad. So we need at least 1 earth. Oh, though, if we reveal this, we'll get our innate, actually. Okay, does it have plant? It does have plant. So, if I go earth transform, I can clear this, I will lose my sacred site. And I can also go in here and kind of clear this. Oh no, it's slow Pheasant. It does feel like a good opportunity for a little bit of manifest incarnation, right? Just a little bit. But then we don't get to use our innate at all, and it would be nice to deal with this. I guess I can just kind of do that in future. Let's do this. Let's do that. And what do we forget? Let's forget this because it's expensive. And we do want the earth to get our innate. So this is actually a rare time where we can just put our presence kind of where we want. So probably let's put it... Yeah, this feels like a land we might want to teleport to. So we'll get the earth element. And so now we do get to stop. So we're going to kill the town that's in there and we'll do whatever the hell this does. Which I'm sure is very good. We're all very proud. So you get to cheese out of that. No. Actually, have to add a blight. So let's add it in here. Okay, that's nice. Get a free Dahan. Doesn't murder our Dahan, does it? No. Good. So let's keep our Dahan on, have some Dahan on the coast, or they might do something. Skipping and explore. And let's see if these wild tokens do anything. Mountain jungle. No. No is the answer to that. They do nothing. It does mean they're guaranteed to do something next time, though. So, you know, think of that. And so, and we're doing 6 damage. So we'll we will be adding Badlands in this land, which means that I don't want to allow the Ravage to kill my Dahan. So I think I need to leave at least one of them in there. And so we will push one somewhere. I suppose this coastal land is more likely to just be relevant, so we will finish pushing and then we should clear this land. Lovely stuff. And then we can trundle into here. The Explorer's a bit annoying because it means we haven't really dealt with this land. But it's okay. It's okay. And we don't have our fast push either. Let's just destroy the town. Oh, I've actually. I am so unused to having Empowered by Incarnate. We do get to full clear that. Okay, fine. And if don't be saying that's evidence that I should always empower by Incarnate, because I won't be having that. I won't be allowing such slander. Okay, so the Ravages are fine. These are fine. So we just have these mountains to think about. One is blighted, one is not. We can actually use our Incarnate as a sacred site for targeting in here. So Rouse would be a very nice, affordable town city kill with the Badlands. This is going to build to a total of 6. I think as long as we aren't neglecting our innates, we should be able to clear this. Just trundle in, clear it. And I guess we can just leave a trail of exaltation behind us. I think this is just on element and means that we can delay our reclaim a little bit longer, potentially, and finally get to a good number of plays. So where are we there? Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, it's just a fun spirit, you know. You're not kind of scrambling around, you know, thinking about things. It's walking about. We're adding another town, so yeah, let's just add it to a town that's not really, to a land that's not really doing anything. Okay, we don't care about defend strife in a land with or adjacent. So we are clearing this land this turn, and we are killing this city. So I guess we strife this town. Each invader takes 1 damage per strife it has. So this is dying because it's in with Badlands. I really like Badlands. I mean, we're killing this city anyway, and this is going to die because of the combo of routes. So I guess we just put it in this town. Yeah. So yeah, that gets cleared. Okay. So, mountain wetland. We probably don't have much game left because that's how we roll. That's how these Prussians roll. Okay, so we can rouse in here. And then we can go in here and stomp for 6, which won't quite fully clear it. So I suppose we don't want to push this Explorer into here because we're not fully clearing it. So let's just go in there first. And then we will double stomp. And our Dahan is going to go... Where are you going, Dahan? How many Dahan are in our lands? Actually, not that many. We'll push it into one of my lands. Let's push it in there. And do this again and clear the buildings. We still have Terrifying Rampage, so we don't have to worry about this Ravage. Like, why would we be worried about that? We'll kill this city, because it's the... I suppose if we push this in here, we can Terrifying Rampage. That seems silly, let's not do that. And we have Exaltation, so... There are buildings in here, so let's exalt in here, because they can explore in there. And... I mean, the coast is highly likely to come up. Let's just do this in here, because this won't be easy for us to... Because we're just going to move out of here. Okay, so we have we are just cleaning up now. There is this build here is a little bit annoying. How much? So they are building a town here, unfortunately. So we only need 5 fear, and there are no cities on their way at all. Does this actually generate any fear? It generates 3 fear. So I mean, we could just we could put it in here to generate a total of 5 fear, which is almost what we need. We'd need to discard a card. Oh no, we could just go on the energy track to be able to afford to play both of these. This has got a fast fear on it, so I think we'll do that. Let's do that, and we'll cozy up to Ardahan. And we are... Oh no, no pheasant, no. No. I need to actually be in the land to use this, so I will do the unusual for me push outside the slow phase to enable this. Hey, wait, could I use this to destroy this? Instead of presence? Maybe. I'm gonna see if, just for science, I'll see if I can destroy my Incarnate for that. But if the science doesn't work, then we're okay. Okay. So that's quite an interesting little trick with this particular setup. Okay, let's add a wild somewhere. Okay, so I guess let's add it in there. And okay, add a strife and land with Dahan. Sure. Okay, angry mobs are relevant. And there is something to be said for just using a big dumb major to just massively reduce the amount of things you've got to worry about. Okay, so we can use this in here, and yeah, so it replaces the individual presence. So I assume oh, it replaced everything. Oh, interesting. Fine. Yes, that's fine. That'll do. That will do. It's a thing with some of these mages that I've barely used. Actually, no, we'll just leave them there. That should be game. Yeah, that was very pleasant. Pretty quick for me too. Under 24 minutes. So yeah, I think Transform just kind of really sped that up at the end there. But yeah, I feel like this is a nice kind of chill game to have. You know, you're just doing your thing. Even the island's healthy. What's going on? Awful. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.